Well, it's bound to be a sporting weekend, and here's Ayotunde Balogun to tell us all about it.
That's right. Amos Kobla of Otokpo Golf Country Club in Benue State has emerged the winner of the professional competition of the ongoing Nigeria Cup tournament. Kobla played a 71 level par to defeat day one leader Ocheodo, who played a 75 4 over par on the final day. Our correspondent Austin Okonakban reports.
Focused and determined to make it, Amos Kobla has been consistent from day one of the competition, and after making that approach shot amid cheers from spectators, he knew nothing could stop him from winning.
Well, it's good to come back to Ikoyi again and win. I remember the old days in 1994 when I won the Nigeria Open. I get back to my old days, so I'm so happy to be the winner again.
Ocheodo played an outstanding 70 under par 1, but Kobla's impressive day 2 form pushed him down to joint second with Gift Willie.
My putting let me down a little bit, so I didn't save putts that I needed to save. I hit 1 or 2 shots into some troubles, and where I'm not supposed to hit them, even when I was trying to play safe and lay up and all that. But unfortunately, it just didn't go my way, I think.
For me, my goal is actually to win every tournament, and if I don't win, and it's like I'm second in this tournament, but for me it's like I'm the second loser of the game. I always want to win. I always like to win. It's in my nature to always win every tournament I tee off. As soon as I tee off, I want to win.
Former Nigerian #1 golfer Peter Akakasiaka has been a professional since 1976. He still managed to put up a good show and is confident golf will get better in the country.
Well, we are doing well, only it's a bit slow, but as time goes on, we will catch up. Golf is really developing in Nigeria. More people are coming in, and Nigerians are beginning to realize that golf is a game that everybody should play.
The Nigeria Cup celebrates Nigeria's independence, and 37 professionals were invited for this year's event. In its 17 years of existence, the Nigeria Cup has not recorded the level of competitive play that we saw. 2 players finished joint second, 3 players shared the 13th position, and a veteran, Peter Akakasiaka, occupied the 17th position alongside 3 other players. That indeed is a good one for the development of golf in the country. Austin Okonakpan, Channels Television News.
Now, Globe Premier League club Warri Wolves have appealed against the decision of the Disciplinary Committee of the Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF, to replay an abandoned league match against Kwara United in Abuja. Club spokesperson Moses Etu told Channels Television that the verdict was unfair on the 2013 Federation Cup finalists. The club frowned at the manner the Secretary of the Delta State Football Association, Friday Onotuja, was ordered out of the sitting of the committee without regards to his status as being the representative of the club on the issue. The club has now threatened to drag the matter to the Confederation of African Football and World Football Governing Body FIFA in its bid to get justice. That's it on Sports News. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
Guinness. Made of more.
On the foreign scene, the attack on a shopping mall in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, was not a rushed job. News reports suggest it actually took the Somali militant organization, Al-Shabaab, a year to plan the attack. Temitope Fagbemi tells us more.
As Kenya continues to mourn its dead, senior security sources have told the media that the militants who led the attack on a Kenyan mall hired a shop there in the weeks leading up to the siege. This gave them access to service lifts at Westgate, enabling them to stockpile weapons and ammunitions. Staying on in Africa, human rights groups in Sudan say security forces in the country have shot dead at least 50 people in days of protest over fuel subsidy cuts. However, officials say fewer than 29 people have died, and they insist that the subsidy was unaffordable. In Asia, UN inspectors are investigating 7 alleged chemical weapons attack in Syria, 3 of which happened after the August 21st Damascus incident that led to threats of U.S. military action. But little is known about the latest 3 alleged attacks, which the Syrian government has asked the UN to investigate. Finally, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani says he has complete authority to seek a deal over the country's nuclear program, describing meetings at the UN this week as a first step. He said he believes the nuclear issue could be settled within the not too distant future. And that's the foreign news wrap-up.
Thank you, Temitope. And now to entertainment. 3,000 young aspiring female and male models turned out to cast for the 2013 Music and Fashion Show. Victoria Ido has details and other stories.
Hello there. Over 3,000 young aspiring female and male models turned out for the 2013 model casting for the premier music and fashion show, Music Meets Runway, held in Lagos. This edition is tagged the Icons Edition. What a way to start is the latest in a series of campaigns lined up for the 3rd edition of the Music Meets Runway. The judges had a difficult time deciding the finalists who would hit the runway, as the quality and quantity of respondents to the casting call was very high. After a successful Manchester and UK Cracker Ribs event, comedian Julius Agu is again set to host the Abuja edition. The comedian stated that the show, which is tagged Independence Edition, was aimed at celebrating Nigeria's independence the usual way. He also stated that performing at the show will be Ice Friends and Shamzim alongside other comedians.
It's primarily a comedy show, but of course it's always spiced up with music, and we also use it, as we have always done, to showcase different talents, other budding talents. And so for comedy we have Agudai, Agusave, Osama. Then we're also trying to give opportunities to people from other parts, not just about Lagos. So from Jos, we have a comedian called MC Long.
And to new music, son of legal practitioner Femi Falana feels is obviously not following in his father's steps as he delves into the Nigerian music industry. He premieres his latest single and calls it High Class. It's directed by Max. Camera parents from on-air personality Tosin Buckner, featuring how to become a lady, puts a twist to the video. Also, Sound Knockdown, popularly known as SKD, a Nigerian London-based artist who is fighting for relevance in Nigerian music industry, has released his 2nd video, If No Be You, of his debut album, Celebration.
We connect, wireless, you correct. What's your address? All I want is you, no more, no less. I go protect your interest like a bulletproof vest.
And on the foreign scene, after a long 8 years break, Spice Girl Mel B is stripping down and getting back into the music industry. The artist, formerly known as Scary Spice, has released a new dance track called Once in My Life, which comes with a singer peeling off her clothes and worries, and a new music video. Mel B, whose full name is Melanie Brown, said the song is about letting go.
11 o'clock at night, I said, I want to get in the studio now. I want to get in the studio now. I've got to get in there right now. So I called my producer Lars, the lady that I co-write with Gita. We got in the studio, we wrote the song in a matter of, God, under an hour. And then I went in the vocal booth, put down all these different vocals and different vibes and feels on it, and I mastered it in 3 days' time. Did my video like 5-6 days later, and then just put it out.
The 38-year-old singer has no record label support and has released the song and video on her own. And that's all on the entertainment news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
And the main news again. The federal government has begun to wind down the privatization of the PHC and successor companies as the new owners get set to take over power generation and distribution next Monday. A federal high court in Abuja has ordered INEC to recognize Professor Adewale Oladipo as the National Secretary of the PDP in place of Olagunsoye Oyinlola. West African countries have met in Nigeria to consolidate on common economic tariffs across their borders. And militants who attacked the Kenyan mall hired a shop, enabling them to stockpile weapons leading up to the siege. And that brings us to the end of the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a wonderful weekend.